All right, so this is lesson 10, day 2, describing qualitative graphs. I'm not going to review this starting problem just because there really wasn't anything for me to do here. You just need to look at this, see what's going on between Lynn and Amy. So you can break up Lynn's graph in half as well as Amy's, and just kind of describe what's happening on these two things. Actually, I think in Lynn's, they broke it up in the first third. They broke it into thirds. Okay. And then they broke up both of them into thirds. All right. So you just talk about what's happening in these three sections. And they talk about all of these things, and they analyze it and they solve it. So be sure that you've read through these before you move on to the connected. All right, so we will be covering the connected in this video. All right, so I'll go ahead and start. The connected, you will solve a problem similar to the one on the previous page. The graph shows daily sales of frozen yogurt at a new store during a 6-month period starting on opening day in April. Describe what's happening in terms of this situation for each section of the graph. So in section A, when I'm looking at section A, I am here. In section A, the graph, of course, starts at 0. So, of course, when they just opened, they hadn't made any money yet. So the graph starts at 0. And it increases gradually. We know it increases gradually because if it was steep, it would kind of go straight up, or looking like it's almost going straight up, or have like a harsher or steep, it will be steeper that way, meaning that it had a greater slope. Okay, but it's pretty much diagonal, so that lets us know that it's gradual. So when it's like diagonal, you can say that it's gradual. All right, that's a generalization you can make. All right, so then this lets us know, just to put it in realistic terms, the store has just opened and the sales are increasing. All right. All right. Moving on. Describe and interpret section B. So let's describe it first. Section B, of course, it looks like it is steeper than section A, so it has a higher slope. All right, so this is more steep, which means the slope is higher. And I apologize for my messy handwriting. All right, so it is a steep increase here, of course. All right, so this means, and of course they said that the opening day was in April, and that this whole graph is describing a 6-month period. So April's like the end or the middle of spring. So in B, you can make some assumptions that maybe summer's starting, so more people are eating frozen yogurt. Okay. All right, moving on to C. Looking at C, the sales are still high, but they're not increasing. All right, so it's kind of like they've hit their ceiling. So they've made the most they've made since they've opened, but they're not increasing anymore. They're kind of just steady. They're constant. Okay. All right, so this, of course, section C, this section is flat. And this means that sales are consistent during the summer. and we'll say, and they're high as well. They're high. The sales are still the highest they've been. All right. The sales are consistent and high during the summer, which makes sense because in the summer it's hot. All right, and people are going to want something cold to kind of cool them down. Moving on to section D. Section D, we can see it goes down from C. So, but it doesn't, it's kind of like going down gradually. Like it's going down kind of at a diagonal, not so steep as B, as section B, but it is going down. Okay, it doesn't go as low as section A stopped, but it is going down. All right. So we can of course say that there is a decrease. So this part shows a decrease. All right, so that means that the sales, of course, are decreasing. They're not selling as much. And of course, if it's a 6-month period and we just maybe, if D is closer to the end of the 6-month period, that means winter starting, okay? So we can say that sales are decreasing, maybe not winter, maybe fall. Sales are decreasing as colder weather starts. All right. And then 6 says, use your answers to problems 2 through 5 to summarize what the graph shows. Since we've already answered 2 through 5 in this video, I'm going to go ahead and let you do this one on your own as well as the try it. You should be able to use what we've learned today and apply it to problem 6 and 7. Thank you.